Hello, I'm Charlene Rosales, your Director of Governmental Affairs for the San Luis Obispo Chamber of Commerce, with the April 2017 legislative update. It's been a busy month for the Chamber with a number of important business-related issues under review by the City of San Luis Obispo. Recently, the Chamber held a joint meeting of our Legislative Action and Economic Development Committees to hear from key city staff on the proposed work plans that are part of the 2017-19 budget. The work plans guide where money is spent and give staff direction. The plans also address the final major city goals: housing, multimodal transportation, fiscal sustainability and responsibility, and climate action, as well as other important objectives such as downtown vitality. After considering the draft work plans, the Chamber made several specific recommendations that were presented to the City Council. In the area of housing, which continues to be a top priority for the local workforce, the Chamber advocated for the establishment of clearly defined metrics that would measure the success of increasing the city's housing inventory. The city has long identified addressing the jobs housing imbalance as a goal in numerous documents, such as the Housing Element, Climate Action Plan, and the Economic Development Strategic Plan. Many of these plans include strategies and roadmaps to housing production. We believe that quantifying and tracking the success of these strategies will enable the city to finally accomplish this major city goal. As it relates to multimodal transportation, the Chamber continued our support of increasing the amount of money contributed to the city's Infrastructure Investment Capital Fund. This fund is intended to enable the city to provide its share of financing to build infrastructure and support projects that create housing in a timely manner. We strongly believe that the growth of this fund and its ability to leverage grant funding resources will allow the city to minimize a barrier to housing and new job centers close to housing as outlined in the city's general plan. The Chamber continued our history of advocating for sustainability and environmentally friendly policies with our position on how to achieve the major city goal of addressing climate action. Because we know that the leading cause of greenhouse gas emissions is the thousands of weekly commutes coming in and out of San Luis Obispo, the Chamber supports a staff role focused on the implementation of policies that enable housing within the city and infrastructure for bikes, pedestrians, public transportation, and carpooling. If we truly want to make strides towards becoming a net zero carbon city, the focus should be on creating housing and supportive infrastructure that will significantly decrease the daily impact of commuters and allow for safer cycling and pedestrian corridors. This might not be thought of as the most common approach to climate action, but it would be the most significant way to minimize our impact on the environment. For the next major city goal, fiscal sustainability and responsibility, the Chamber continued our support of the implementation of the city's fiscal responsibility philosophy. As we proposed last fall, there is value in establishing a third-party task force composed of business and municipal finance professionals to assist the city in navigating solutions to the complex issues of its escalating pension and employee benefits costs. It's critical to continue to move forward and build on actions that have already been taken in order to support the city's long-term financial well-being. The next step in this process for the 2017-19 budget is for staff to bring back a preliminary financial plan in May, followed by 2 budget workshops with the City Council. The final budget is scheduled to be adopted at the end of June. As we reported last month, the city's zoning regulations update is underway, and the city has utilized significant community input to complete its initial assessment of the strengths and weaknesses of the current regulations. Several members of the Chamber's Zoning Task Force attended a recent joint meeting of the Planning Commission and City Council to advocate for a number of adjustments to current regulations. These included simplifying and adding more predictability to the regulations, providing more flexibility for mixed-use buildings, reducing parking requirements, and greater staff-level review and approval. The Chamber strongly believes that the existing height regulations can be utilized for community benefit, including to increase the supply of housing, particularly in the downtown. The Planning Commission and City Council were generally in agreement with many of our positions, and the process will continue through early 2018, as well as the work of our task force. Earlier this month, the City Council also updated its user and regulatory fees. Our Chamber voiced support in 2 key areas. First, establishing split fees, which would allow developers to spread out the costs during the approval process and would lower an obstacle to new housing and commercial projects. In addition, we supported increasing the cost to file an appeal. We believe increasing the cost to non-applicant appeals empowers the advisory bodies to make the decisions that they are entrusted with, balancing the real cost in staff time associated with an appeals process with the cost to file one, and provides more certainty in the planning process overall. We were pleased to see that the City Council moved forward with both the split fees concept and increasing the fee for appeals. Thanks for watching, and be sure to contact us if you have any questions about our advocacy work. We always look forward to hearing from you.